This is the GammaMax project update for April 2020. The purpose here is to clarify some of the information that's in the patent, which is 104-82790, particularly drawings number 5 and number 6. The slide that you see now, Gyrodisk cycling, shows essentially the side view of the Gyrodisk on the spindle at many different times during operation. These images are independent of each other, so this is not one complete cycle that you're seeing here. It's individual positions of the system during a run. The next slide will be a top view of the same thing. It's coming up now. Okay, keep in mind here that the large black circle represents the base plate, or which is rotating in a counterclockwise direction, and then the separate images here of the Gyrodisk on the spindle at the edge of the base plate is rotating in a clockwise direction. With this counter rotation operation, the disk has 4 opportunities to pivot when the speed ratio between the upper and lower motor are 8:1. Next, you'll see the recorded signals of the pivot encoder, which monitors the position of the Gyrodisk on the spindle on the axle, and the weight of the entire engine impulse driver on a load cell scale. You see the weight was 0, and then as the engine was placed on the scale, it came down to a baseline, and during the run it's always higher than that baseline. This is a zoomed in version of what you just saw. It's part of Gamma Test 202, and it shows the pivot encoder signals as well as the load scale signal. The pivot encoder signals are not synchronous because it's free to oscillate around the axle on its own. It's not directly connected to anything mechanically. This is more of Gamma Test 203 out at the M14 marker in the data record, which is 360 seconds into the test. You see acceleration at the top, upper motor and lower motor index pulses. There's no marker pulse here, and at the bottom there's the weight of the engine. For more, go to gyroscopes.org.